What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another YouTube video. I wanted to make a tutorial on how to set up the Linxdot RK3566 because it is a little more sophisticated than any of the other hotspots I've made an onboarding video for, as well as the onboarding for Crankk public is going to be live in 2 days on December 21st, 2023. So I figured it's an important time to make this. Before we do start this video, make sure if you're interested in joining the onboarding, the public onboarding, use my code. It'll be in the description. You guys can get $5 off your license purchase, as well as I get a small kickback, and I really do appreciate it. There's going to be a couple things you need to get in order to get this started. First off, you need a Linxdot. If you want to set this up with Helium beforehand, you can. I would suggest doing that if you're interested in dual mining. The issue with Linxdot in particular is they are out of data credits. So if you want to onboard this, you have to pay the full $45 to onboard this device. And that's just the way it is. And that doesn't include the asserting fees. This has nothing to do with Crankk. This is just all on the Helium side. I saw that price and I was like, there's no way. I don't want to do that for a project, the Helium project, which really hasn't been earning that much. Their tokens have gone up quite a bit, but it's just not worth it in my opinion. So there are some things you need to download, all of which are going to be in the actual PDF. So go over to the Crankk website and you want to head over to guides, click onboarding full gateways, and scroll down until you find Linxdot RK3566. This will tell you everything you need to download. There's 4 items you need to download. You need this loader, you need driver assistant, you need the Crankk image, and you need the RK dev tool. You can also, I guess there's technically 5, you need the advanced IP scanner to find out where this device is on the network. It's pretty easy to find out when you plug it into your router. It's one of a couple items in the router, and you can pretty much tell from there. Also, you're gonna wanna pick up this Crankk image, which you can find on their website. It's right here, 3566. Make sure you download the right one for the right device. There's a couple different options here, so just pay attention to that. As far as the PDF installation goes, it's pretty self-explanatory. As long as you follow the instructions, you're not going to have issues. So you can follow all the links here. Just right click and click open a new tab, and it will allow you to download all of the things you see here. The most important thing is downloading driver assistant and installing it. It gave me about 30 minutes of troubleshooting before I figured out I needed to download that. So make sure you get that. So the first thing in order to get this set up is you want to open up the RK dev tool, which I'm going to open up here. And we need to actually clear this device. So head over to the advanced function, and right now it says no devices found. So in order to connect it, we need the USB-C cable, which is on the back right here. You can see that, and the power cable. So I got my USB-C cable. I'm going to plug it into the device first. And now you need to hold down the Bluetooth button and plug in the power. And now you can see it says found one loader device. So it detected it on my computer. Next, click erase all. See ya, Linxdot software. Get out of here. So now we have to wait for this to erase. It's really quick, so I can keep talking. Now we need to remove the power cable and hold the Bluetooth power button again and insert it back into the computer. If it doesn't work, it says to restart your PC and try again if it doesn't come up. So it's already erased, so I'm going to unplug the power and wait for the device to fully power off because the green light stays on. Hold the Bluetooth pair, plug it back in. Now it says found one mask ROM device. Now we can go ahead with installing everything. So if it doesn't say this, make sure you just restart your computer and it should show up. Next, we want to actually go through this process of downloading this image. So head over to the download image tab. The first thing you want to do is click write by address here. After you make sure that this says this and you're in the download image, then load the config. This is actually going to change right here where it says storage for the image. You're going to click load config, go to the RK dev tool application folder and change it to EMMC. Click open. It should say importing config OK. Now we need to actually change the loader, and they go through step by step what you actually need here. We need the RK356 loader, which you can find in the downloads. I got to go back here and click RK356 loader. Click open. It should download, or it should import. And now we need to get the image itself, which is the Crankk image that we downloaded Crankk OS right here. Click open. Okay. Now we click run. Download boot start. This takes pretty quick. It's pretty similar to the erasing. It maybe takes less than a minute. The hardest part is actually making sure you have everything set up correctly. And like that's it. So it's at 87%, 100%, download image okay. Now we can disconnect the device from this, plug it into our router, and now we can head over to the dashboard on our internet browser and continue the setup. So I got this all set up. I got the IP address. One thing I did want to say is if you do this and it still doesn't show up on your network when you plug it in, try reinstalling it, because I had that issue on the other Linxdot I set up. I had two. I wanted to make sure that I could get the process down before I made a setup video. So make sure if it doesn't work, just reinstall it. So now we can go ahead and pull the IP address. You can use, if I go back a folder, you can use Advanced IP Scanner, or in my case, I have Amazon Arrow. So it tells me all of the information right here whenever a device is connected. It's beautiful. And I need to go to the IP address : and you need to go to this port 1708 or 17080. Click enter. It's going to ask for a username and password. The username is Crankk and the password is the last 6 digits of the MAC address. In my case, I'm going to enter this. 3. Okay, I'm going to click no. I don't want to save password. And now we have the Crankk local dashboard. Beautiful. So let this load. You must set up your gateway before you use it. Give me a little error. So now we actually got to head over to the Crankk dashboard. I'm going to go here, go to gateways. Actually, I have to go to wallets here. Enter my password. And I'm going to be using this Linxdot 2. So in order to get this all set up, you need to actually, first off, go to your wallet, import your secret key, which I'm going to do off camera real quick. So I entered the secret key, and you can see the Cadena address should match up with the one that you have here. If it doesn't, you got to redo these steps and make sure you have the right secret key. You can get the secret key really easily by going to your actual wallet, clicking on this little hamburger menu and click reveal secret key. You enter your password and then you get it. So now that that's set up, we can go back over to the info. This is going to load and then it's going to give you an error. If I can make this smaller, it should tell you. Once this loads, yeah, you must set up your gateway before you can use it. So let's expand this back again. So we're going to select the image. We want to do Crankk. We want to have the Linxdot RK model. My region is US 915. Turn on packet forwarder. If you have a GPS USB installed, you can turn that on. In my case, I don't. The default DBI antenna, I believe, is 2 dBi. It's downstairs, so I can't actually tell you guys. But I'm going to click save. Now it says configuration saved, rebooting. Now we wait. So now that it has been configured, all of this information should load. And if you need to change your DBI or anything for any reason, you can click set up gateway and it will allow you to change any of those settings that we just set. So now we have the gateway ID, which we need to assign the device in the Crankk. So go over back to their dashboard, click assign, click the model that we have. In our case, it is the Linxdot. Click paste, click submit. There we go. Request was sent successfully. It may take 1 to 2 minutes to settle this on the blockchain. During this time, you want to make sure you just have your Cadena balance and your Crankk balance. Now we wait for this to settle on the blockchain. So now you can see it shows up as Expert Pistachio Perch. This is my particular name. It will be random. It will not be the same for you. And it shows up on the local dashboard. If you want to install Helium, go down to the Helium tab, click that, click install. In my case, I would click reinstall because I already have it. And this is my name. I can then throw this into any sort of Helium tracker app I have to track it. That is it. Now you go over to proof of trust. Scroll down to participate. I gotta move my camera out of the way. There we go. Participate. Currently it's 679 Crankk. This always changes based on the price of Crankk. Make sure you have enough Crankk. If you don't have enough, it will be kind of not grayed out, but greened out, I guess. It's a light green and you can't click the button. So I'm gonna click participate. This action cannot be reversed. Click yes. Now it will take 1 to 2 minutes, just as the other one. All right, so as you can see here, it says 4 weeks remaining until you can unparticipate. I am officially part of the Crankk network, and my rank percentage is 0 because I have too many devices in my house. I need to start dispersing them places. But because it's the beta, it doesn't impact the rewards. I believe as soon as the public onboarding starts, all of these rewards are going to start to get impacted. And you can see it's going to really start to impact these guys here. It's telling me I have a negative, or I need an additional KDA balance, but I do. I think that just needs to refresh. But just keep an eye out for that kind of stuff, because if I go to my wallet for this one, I have all the assets. So we'll see. We'll see. It should update, but that's all it is on how to set up the Linxdot on the Crankk network. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section below, as well as, I know this won't apply in the very near future, but in 2 days' time, I will be having a Christmas giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a Blockstream Jade, some Honey tokens, and some Crankk tokens, so feel free to check that out. That'll be linked in the description as well, and I'd appreciate if you guys come out there and join me on this Christmas giveaway. But thank you guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great one. Peace out.